Hello YouTube, it is ChampionDJK coming at you again with another video, and today we're going to take a look at 3 newer 5-packs from Matchbox. Matchbox comes out with some pretty cool 5-packs. The thing I like about them, well, aside from this one, there's no like wacky graphics and stuff like that. It's, you know, they're a little bit more realistic typically than Hot Wheels vehicles. Maybe some might say that's boring. Some might say the casting choices are boring. I don't know. I disagree. I love Matchbox, and I like these 5-packs. Obviously, I picked them up. So we got 3 of them. We're going to go through the MBX Retro II, Japan Cruisers 2, and Road Cruisers 2. So let's start with the Retro one. That's probably going to be maybe the least exciting, but pretty cool. You got 5 cars, of course, in the pack. Matchbox Retro. The reason why this is Matchbox Retro is I believe a lot of these toolings were originally put out a while ago, I think. I know, like, there was the Land Rover is an old one, or maybe not an old tooling exactly, but they had a Land Rover back in the day. The Corvette, definitely. I don't know about the Dodge Monaco Police. I know they had the Volkswagen Golf. They've had out forever. This is obviously not the same tooling as the old school one. And then the BMW 2002, I'm not exactly sure on either. But we'll go ahead and we'll open these. We're not going to get much, because these have been retooled. We're not going to get much insight into the retro of it. But I believe that's what it means when it says Matchbox. Wow, I'm just like mangling this. I believe that's what it means when it says Matchbox Retro, is they're talking about it being like retro toolings, not a retro car, right? I think that's what it means anyway. Meaning that early Matchbox toolings, some of these were represented then. So like this Land Rover, for example, it says copyright date 2015, but I know I've got like a Land Rover casting. It might not be this exact one. That's an older Matchbox. So maybe I'm wrong on that theory. You guys will have to let me know. Of course, these things roll good. They're metal body, plastic base. They're mainline cars essentially, but pretty nice ones. So there you go. Land Rover, looking pretty decent. And then we've got the BMW 2002. Nice details up front on that one. Nice details in the back. Copyright date on the casting is 2018, so that's how long this casting has been around. So maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know if they put out a... Was there an old school like Lesney or like Macau era casting of the 2002? I don't know. I don't know if there was. If someone will know though, and they'll comment. But nice car in green there. The Corvette, I know this tooling, like, it's going to say it's not old, but it's old. Like, it's been retooled. It must have been. This Chevy Corvette, I'm pretty sure the Corvette in this particular arrangement is an older tooling. I'm pretty sure. Or there is an older tooling version of it. And that's kind of why I thought it. This has definitely got, like, 80s vibes here with the graphics on it. So a couple crazy weird graphics on this one. Cool looking Corvette though. Nicely done. Digging it. T-top. Cool. All right. You can see like this one's a little more exaggerated too. Like if Matchbox were to make this tooling today, like a brand new Corvette, it would look much more to scale, I guess. Or probably, you know, just proportionately it would look like that. Red Valley Camp, Dodge Monaco, Ranger Patrol, kind of cool. We got a yellow light bar with yellow windscreen. This interesting. Dodge Monaco, copyright 2008 and 2014. So I'm probably totally wrong on my theory, aren't I? But cool little casting. Actually looks really neat. Matchbox makes like emergency vehicles and stuff like that. Kind of known for making a lot of those, and this is a really actually good looking one. I think it looks cool. And then lastly, we got the Volkswagen. So here's your Golf GTI, looking pretty sweet, and kind of a neat color for it. Rabbit on the side there. The Rough Rabbit, I think, was like the original casting of it. Not really sure. But yeah, I have some of the old ones too. I've actually got quite a few of the old ones. Or at least in 2 colors for sure. I don't know about quite a few. That might have been an exaggeration. But I think it had like, did it have skis on the top or something? Trying to remember. Doing a horrible job. But yeah, pretty sure I've got one. An example of it. Actually, I do, and I have it close. So I'm going to go get it. Why not? Why not? Yeah, I got it close. It's got like surfboards on the top or something. How's that? Trying to see if I got a Land Rover somewhere. Well, anyway, you get my drift, I think. The only other thing I was checking in was on that Corvette. And it doesn't look like I have one on display, so I can't really grab it. But here's the Volkswagen, an older tooling of the Golf Mark 1. Pretty neat. So this one's on super fast wheels. It's got a metal base, made in England, Lesney. In really good shape. It's got a trailer hitch. It's got surfboards, I guess, on the top. Neat casting. I have it in yellow, and I've also got it in red. Both of them are pretty minty. This one seems like it's sitting a little low, but that's, I think, how it was, I guess. All right. So there's that. Matchbox Retro. And that's what really kind of keyed me into it being retros. I thought that was the idea. We're going to set these, I don't know, off to the side here. And open up Matchbox Road Cruisers 2. This one's got a Mustang, a Chevy Capri, a Curtis sports car, a Chevy Nova, and a Chevy Camino. So, just some road cruisers. Decent 5-pack. Why do I suck at opening these? I thought you could just rip the bottom out. But, whatever. I'm just going to do that. Part of it is the angle of how my arms have to like go up and over this camera and stuff. And yeah, we're making excuses. We'll start off with this guy right here. This is the Ford Mustang GT 1965 flavor. Casting, I think, has been around for a while. And, well, maybe not. 2019 is the copyright date on the tooling. Kind of an off-looking tooling, right? The greenhouse here, or whatever, this thing, the roof line of the car does not look right. Does that? That looks kind of goofy. That silhouette looks really goofy, in my opinion. You guys let me know what you think, but not really a winner for me. This one's cool. This is the Chevy Caprice, 1975. This is very cool. Definitely dig this one. Love that one. Always love that old style with the fender covers. I think it looks really, it dates the car definitely, but it's very, very cool. What is on the seat there? Oh, there's just seat belts laying there on the bench seat. What's in the middle? Not sure, but this is quite cool. Nice color. Digging that one. The Curtis is kind of a weird car, but I like how this is constructed. We got the chrome part goes all the way around, wraps around, makes the bumper. You got a separate piece for the interior, the metal body, and then a plastic base that matches the color of the metal body. This is a fairly newer casting, 2021, and I think it's a cool looking car. I think it's quite cool, a little roadster. A Curtis Roadster. I've never seen one of these in real life, so I didn't even know this thing existed, but I think this thing is actually quite cool, especially if your name was Kurt. You could drive around a Curtis and just be the best person you could possibly be. That's pretty cool. All right, next is this thing. This is the Nova, and it's the 1979 Chevy Nova. Nova Dream. Kind of got a wild sort of like livery on it. I don't know what the inspiration for that was. Copyright date 2020 on the casting. That kind of gives you an idea how old the tooling is. It's nice looking. A little bit weird graphics on the side, but I don't mind it. I think it looks all right. Honestly, out of all these, the Curtis might actually be my favorite so far. It just looks complete. It looks really nice. All right, and then in El Camino, this casting's older, I believe. Yeah, copyright date 1997, and then in 15 they did it again, so they had to renew it. Yeah, it's an older tooling. It's an El Camino. I think they did a good job of this casting, though. It's got decent proportions. Looks cool. Wheel choice is cool. Color's cool. I think it looks pretty decent. You know, not bad. Not bad at all. And then lastly, so this 5-pack I'm going to say is a little bit stronger than the retro one. And then I think this one's going to be definitely, or will definitely be, the fan favorite. This is the Japan Cruisers 2. And we've got some very nice toolings in here. I'm going to mangle the packaging, first and foremost. And let's just start at the top, I guess. We've got this guy here. Cool casting. Really like this casting. This is the Mazda AutoZam AZ1, 1992. Cool casting. I think this car looks fantastic in white. I think that's the appropriate color for it, really. What a weird looking car. Very cool, though. I think it's really, like, the styling I think is cool, and it's very much 90s styles, you know, with curves, and they went away, they're trying to get away from like boxy looking cars and got more curvaceous. And this like definitely fits the bill. Faces in places, pretty neat. Nice and basic too. You got just a little detail up there, a little detail on the side, little detail on the back, and that's what we like in a mainline car. What else can you really ask for? Very cool. This casting came out recently. 2022 is the copyright date, so you can probably say a couple years ago. Safely is when the first release was. And I think the first release was in red or maybe blue. I can't remember. Speaking of blue, we got this one. We got the Subaru SVX. I love this casting from Matchbox. This is one of my favorites of all the recent castings or newer toolings that have come out. I think this one is very good. We got details in the back. Nothing in the front. We do get the side markers there and some side on that. And then the top is plastic, metal body, plastic base. 2020 or 2018 is the copyright on it. I'm trying to think of what we've all seen it in. I know we've seen it in white. I want to say white. We've seen it in, was it a red? I can't quite remember all the releases of it. But I really enjoy this casting. I think this casting is awesome. Just a cool, kind of unique looking car. I've always thought this car looked really cool from the weird like side windows. I always just thought it was really kind of a neat looking car, a neat looking Subaru. And I actually quite like this one. It would be a cool car to like, maybe it would be a cool car to own in real life. To have one in like mid shape, I think would be neat. So, I mean, I dig it. I think it looks neat. It just does. It looks super cool. I like this casting quite a bit. I bought a lot of the white one, I think, when it initially came out. Then we got a Nissan 350Z, and I think this tooling is older. 2003 copyright date, and then recopyrighted, it looks like, in 2020. But it's an older tooling. It's a little bit bulbous looking. The car is bulbous looking altogether, but I guess it looks okay. I don't think it really looks as like sharp and sporty as the real 350Z does, but it's got this weird graphic on the side too. It's kind of faux brie, BRE thing going on. It's kind of weird. It's got Japanese Matchbox. I'm sure that's Japanese for Matchbox on the side there, I'm gonna guess. And I mean, it's cool, but not as cool, I don't think, as any of the other cars in the pack, including the RX-8. Here's the RX-8. Matchbox, another weird looking car. The RX-8, kind of cool. Copyright date 2022. This casting's newer, and I think they did a fair job representing the car. It looks nice in green. I will say that. The green color is pretty good. It's got headlight details, taillight details. I mean, not much more than that you would want. All three of these cars have the same wheel type, which is kind of neat. Definitely, this is my favorite so far. This is second. All right, and then lastly, we get a Lexus, right? The Lexus LS400, 1994. And this one is pretty cool. You get details in the back, details in the front, nice details in the front. The wheel choice, okay. Copyright date 2020 on the tooling. I just like that they did this car. I think it's great that they did it. And I like it, that red interior, that like maroonish interior, kind of a common color for interiors around that era, right? And quite nice. So I like this one too. I think this one's pretty awesome. All right, so if we're like looking at, we have 15 cars here. If we're going to pick like a top, let's pick a top like 5. And I'm not going to put it in any order, right? So that's one for sure. The Curtis, actually, I really like. That's one. We got to pick 2 more. Honestly, I'm going to go Lexus. And then let's go the Chevy Caprice. Those are my fave 5. So we make a Dream 5 pack out of all these. That's what would be in it. You guys let me know what your top 5 would be. It doesn't have to be in any order. Just comment it down below, and I'll read it, and it will be fun and entertaining for me, so that would be great. And thank you guys very much for watching, and have yourself a good day.